So far, we have read the whole course, and now it is the time to do practice. Choose the correct option. Which of the following is not the advantage of database? First is sharing of data. Database allows sharing of data. This is correct because suppose there are three persons A, B, and C, and this is the DBMS and this is the database. So all these three persons get the same data from database with the help of DBMS, and there is sharing of data between these three persons. All these three persons can access the same data at the same time. So there is sharing of data. This is the advantage. Next, increases data inconsistency. Database increases data inconsistency. No, it is not correct because in case of database, suppose there are three persons which act as cashier in a school. They are receiving the fees from tuition fees from the students. If a person receives the fees, the same is updated immediately and the same is reflected in the database, and every person on the computer and having access to the database will get to know that Ramesh has paid the fees. So their chances of data inconsistency are reduced. So this is wrong. Database does not increase data inconsistency, rather it decreases. So this is not the advantage. On the other hand, database reduces data redundancy. Data redundancy means duplicacy of data. It reduces the chances of data duplicacy. This is the correct. It is the advantage of database that it also ensures data security. Data security means that a person can access the database only when he has the username as well as the password. So in conclusion, we can say that increase in data inconsistency is not the advantage of database. Dash a dash is the actual text or numerical amount or date that you put in while adding information to your database. As you know, that database consists of tables. Suppose this is the table. Here we put employee ID. Here we put employee name. Here we put employee address. Here we are to mention ID. Here we are to mention name. Here we are to mention address. So what we add here is the value. So answer is value. Record is what? This is all called, all the row is called record. Data is all the data which we have mentioned, ID, name, values, all this is called data. Entries, anything which we enter, suppose a simple item is entered in any form, it is called entry. So for the purpose of DBMS, it is called value. RDBMS is based on the relational model which was introduced by EF code. All the values in dash are of same type. As you have seen that in case of employee ID, employee name and employee address, only one type of information is shown in any one particular column. In case of ID, only ID is there. It may be 001, 002. In case of name, it may be A, B, C, or D. So all these are all fields or columns. Here, all type of information which is being reflected in a one particular column or field is of the same type. This type of column will show only addresses of the particular person. It will tell us the name of the particular person. It will tell us the name of the particular, it will tell us the ID of the particular student or employee. So all the information in this type of, in any one type of column or field is of same type. So answer is all the values in fields are of the same type. Which of the following help to maintain unique record in the field? Suppose there are 100 of students in a particular school. If we maintain the data only on the basis of names, there may be more than one student having the same name. Suppose John. There may be many students having the same name John. So it becomes necessary for us or the school to allot a particular value to each student, that is the registration number or student ID, so that each student can be easily recognized different from another. So if there are two Johns, they may be having different IDs. It may be 001, 002, or 006, anything. So this is the employee or student ID. So it or registration number. This is the primary key, or it can also be called key field. So primary key helps to maintain unique record in the table. So if we want to find any one particular student on employee, so it will be easily for us to identify the same on the basis of primary key. Suppose next, a foreign key is a reference of dash key in another table. It can be understood with the help of another example. Suppose it is a one table where we have mentioned student ID, student name, and student address or student's class. The same student goes to school library. This is the record of, this is the student table. The same student goes to the school library. This is library table. Here the books have been maintained: book ID, book name, and the next column is student ID. So if a person goes there and he is given a book AB, then suppose this person gets the book, here it will get entered 01. So this is the main table where the ID has been allotted to the students. This is the primary key. When this primary key is taken to another table for the purpose of reference, it is the foreign key. A foreign key is a reference of primary key. Here you can find that foreign key is the reference of the primary key in another table. Next, misuse of database can be categorized as confidentiality, integrity, accidental, or intentional. It can also be understood with the help of an example. Suppose we are having two concerns, sister concerns. A person sends, we send the data of our suppliers to our sister concern through an email. Through an oversight, we have sent the email to a wrong address, and that person has misused the data. So it can be classified as misuse of database. So it has happened through an oversight, or it is called accidental misuse of database. We have wrongly sent and this has been misutilized. So this is the accidental misuse of database. There was no intention on our part to misuse the database. On the other hand, if there is an employee who is having some wrong intentions in his mind, he misuses the data for money, or on account of any revenge with the organization. This is called intentional. So misuse of data can be either intentional or accidental. So this is the answer. A database stores and processes data in the form of, as you know, that a database consists of a large number of tables. It can be a product table, employee table, supplier table, customer table, and much more. So a database stores and processes data in the form of tables. Next, ninth, dash are collection of different types of information about the same subject. Suppose we are having this table. This is the employee table. Here we are having all the information in respect of implies. So dash is the collection of different types of information about the same subject. This is a record, this which we enter in a particular row. Different type of information about the same subject. It may be a one particular implied. Different type of information may be what is his ID, what is his name, where he lives, what is his salary. So answer is different type of information about the same subject is records. Which of the following is not an example of database? Employee payroll management system, customer management system. Answer is numeric calculator. Numeric calculator is used to calculate the numeric numbers only. Customer management system may be used for the purpose of customers, to find out the customers, or employee payroll may be used to find out which employee gets which how much salary and in which department he is working, what is his employee ID, and so on. So our answer is that numeric calculator is not an example of database. Data is stored in RDBMS in the form of tables. Relational database management system stores data in the form of relation. As we know that relations are also known as table. Next, all the information about a thing or a person is known as, if this is the table, we have, suppose this is the student table. Here we have assigned student ID, here we have given his name, here we have mentioned class. So all the information about a thing, suppose this is a one particular person, suppose this is A person, this is B person. So all the information in respect of A is mentioned in a particular row. All the information in respect of B is mentioned in next row. So what is called row is called record. A record refers to a row of data which represents a complete set of information about a person or thing. Duplication of data is known as data redundancy. Data security means to secure the data. Incomplete data means, suppose there is a data table and we are to fill the values, and many of the columns cells remain blank, so it is known as incomplete data. So duplication of data means data redundancy. A field in a table is also known as already told, if there are, these are three fields. You can see here clearly, these are rows, these are fields 1, 2, and 3. These are three fields: employee ID, employee name, employee class, department. These are three fields. A field in a table is also known as column. It is also, this field can also be known as column. These are rows. These are columns. These are fields or columns. These are columns or fields. These are rows, or these are also called records. So our answer is a field in a table is also known as column. In a database, all the data are stored at a centralized location. As already told, if there are three persons, ABC, they access the database with the help of DBMS, which is located centrally. Next. A piece of data field value is stored in two places in a database, then storage space is wasted, and changing the data in one place will not cause data inconsistency. This is false. A table can have multiple primary keys. False. A table can have only one primary key. If this is the student ID, this is called primary key. If this student ID is used in any other, it is possible. A table can have more than one foreign key, but not more than one primary key. Primary key is only one in a table. If we create multiple primary keys, then the primary key will be unable to find unique key values. Next, which of the following is not valid field of student? Suppose if we want to create student table, we mention here student ID or admission number. Here we mention his name. Here we mention his fees, whether paid or not. Whether student is given any salary? No. Student is not given any salary. It is only given to employees. So our answer is salary is not the valid field. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.